Hi everyone, it's Dora here. Welcome to our Friday yoga class. So I think we have 1 minute before we start. So during this time, if you're new to class, I highly recommend you having 2 yoga blocks and a strap with you. But if you don't have these, that's okay. As always, will work with what you have. And if you want to bring a blanket or a cushion for comfort, definitely for the end of class or for during class when we are going to be doing some poses on our knees. Sometimes it's nicer to have a bit of cushioning underneath if you have any knee issues. So again, you have about a minute to get all your props ready. Otherwise, we'll get started. So as always, I start with a bit of a grounding exercise. So just take the most comfortable position, whether it be seated or on your backs. We will begin our class on our backs today, so if you want to already make your way there, please do. Otherwise, finding the most comfortable position and then just giving yourself a moment to settle in. And here you may have your eyes open or closed. But if you do have your eyes open, we're not trying to, look at anything in particular, okay? Keep your gaze soft and bring your attention inward. And as you begin to settle in, just allow your senses to open. Noticing the sounds around you. Noticing the sensations in your body. Maybe the touch of air on your skin. And start to notice the surfaces that are supporting you. And seeing whether you're able to allow your body to relax into these or onto these surfaces that's providing support. And then you might start to take note of your breath. You might be breathing in through the nose and maybe out either through the nose or mouth. Finding a breath that you most associate with relaxation and calm. And as you tune into your breath, notice how your body moves with the breath. And as you pay attention to the breath, notice how the breath naturally lengthens and expands. And as your breath begins to lengthen and expand, notice what sensations are in your body. Noticing if you're holding onto tension or whether the tension begins to ease and dissolve. And then paying attention to anything else that might arise without judgment, just noticing. How's your energy level today? Any other messages from the body? And then take one last deep breath in and release. And if you had your eyes closed, you can gently blink them open. And we're going to find our way onto our backs. So if you're not there already, slowly make your way down. Come all the way onto your back. And we're going to start by hugging the knees in towards the chest. And just very gently rocking side to side. And if it feels good, you might circle the knees going one direction and then the other. And then from here, we're going to hold on to your right leg and allow the left leg to relax down. Now the left leg can remain bent, or you might straighten it all the way out. See what feels right. And gently hug the right knee in, and you might rock side to side. You might invite the circling of that knee, that circling in the hip, and circling in the opposite direction. And then hug the right knee in, hug the left knee in. We're going to switch sides, relax the right leg. Maybe the leg stays here, or maybe you're lengthening it all the way out. A couple of moments here to gently rock side to side. Maybe circling the knee. Noticing what feels good in the body. Opposite direction. And coming back to center again, hugging both knees in. You might gently squeeze and release a couple of times, drawing the knees in and out. And then holding onto the right leg again, relax the left leg. This time we're going to keep the left leg bent, foot on the ground. And gently draw the right knee in. Now from here, we're going to keep the shoulders relatively relaxed. We're going to gently pull the navel down towards the spine, so you're engaging the low belly. And then from here, you're going to start to pick the left heel up off the ground. You can stay here, or if it feels right, you're going to lift that or hover that left foot off the ground. And you might start to draw the knee closer to you, so the left knee closer to you. And then we're going to lower the leg back down, touching the left toes to the ground. So while you're doing this, so lifting the leg up, we're going to keep the knee at 90 degrees, or roughly 90 degrees. And gently lower down, again keeping the knee at 90 degrees. And as you're doing so, notice what you have to try to stabilize here to prevent you from arching too much into the low back. So you might notice that you want to pay more attention to drawing that navel down towards the spine. And notice your breath as you're moving through. Let's do one more here, lifting the leg up and lower. And then from here, we're going to draw the left knee in and right leg down. Again, keep the right knee bent, foot on the ground. So again, gently draw the belly in, engage the core, and pick the right heel up. So if this is enough for you, just stay here, just picking the heel up and lowering it down. But otherwise, you're going to hover that foot and maybe drawing the leg up, shin to the sky, knee on top of the hip. And then slowly lowering down, keeping roughly 90 degrees at the knee. Noticing what's engaging, whether the core needs to work a little bit more to help stabilize you here. So there should be a natural arch in the lower back, but we don't want to overly arch into it either. So you're going to draw the belly in to help stabilize in that area. Let's do one more here, drawing the leg in. Core stays strong and lower. All right, let's hug both knees in, gently rock side to side, and maybe it feels good here to actually drop the feet down Walk them out to the edges of the mat and sway the knees side to side. All right. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to bring the legs back to center. Walk them back to roughly hip distance apart. You're going to hug the right knee in. We're going to repeat that same set of exercise. So option 2, stay with the left leg bent. But if it feels good for you to lengthen that left leg, we're going to go ahead and do that now. You're going to press into the left heel. Draw the belly in. Keep the core switched on. And then hover the left foot off the ground, the whole left leg off the ground. Now, maybe you're able to keep pressing into the left heel as you reach that leg up to the sky. If this doesn't feel right for you, you can bend into the left knee, okay? But otherwise, you might keep pressing through the heel and draw the leg up, and maybe the sole points directly up to the ceiling, and then slowly lowering the leg back down, keeping the core engaged, noticing whether the low back wants to arch up. So we're going to do this a few more times, and you're going to play around with the option that suits you best today. And you may not bring the leg all the way up, and you may not reach the leg all the way down. So I want you to pay attention to where you're finding a good challenge for you today without overdoing. Paying attention to your breath, noticing if you're breathing easily here, and if not, what do you need to change to find your breath? And then slowly drawing both legs in, give them a squeeze, maybe rocking side to side. And then we're going to switch sides. Hold on to the left leg, release the right. Again, you might stay with the knee bend option, or you might straighten that right leg all the way out. Alrighty, pull the belly down, and then we're going to press into the right heel, hover the right foot and the leg off the ground. Keep pressing through the heel as you reach the leg up to the sky. Notice if you can slow down the movement, or whether you really want to just speed it up and go with the momentum, and just noticing what your body wants to be doing here. And then what can you do to help support your body to find a balance of challenge and ease of breathing at the same time. So challenge in the body, but ease of breath. So continue here. Again, you have other options. You might bend into the knee at any point. Noticing if you can continue to press the right heel away as you move the leg. Again, paying attention to the lower back. Is it lifting up off the ground? So finishing your last round. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to hug the legs back in. And give them a squeeze, gently rock side to side. You might lower the feet and sway the knees side to side. Okay, and then coming back to center, walk the feet to roughly hip distance apart. And we're going to reach the arms open to a T. From here, we're going to bend at the elbow, so we're pointing the fingertips up to the sky. Can we start to ground down into the shoulder blades, into the arms? And then start to pick the feet up off the ground so that the knees are roughly stacking over the hips and shins are facing up towards the ceiling. So knees are 90 degrees. Now you might already feel like you're trying to arch your lower back here. So can we gently draw the belly in or the navel down towards the earth? Notice the core engage here. Now from here on, we're going to take a breath in, and on your exhale, we're going to slowly lower the legs to one side. Doesn't matter which, but we want to only come as far as you can keep both shoulder blades on the ground. Stay here, take a breath in, and exhale, draw the legs back to center. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, twist to the other side. Press the arms into the ground. The shoulder blades stay down. Hold. Breathe in. And exhale the legs back to center. So we're going to continue here. Breathe in and out. Twist. Hold. Press the arms down. Shoulder blades down. Breathe in and use that exhale breath to draw the legs back to center. Feel that pull in your belly. Breathe in and out. Twist. Press the arms down. Hold. Breathe in. Use that breath. Feel it in your belly. Draw legs back to center. Let's do one more on each side. Breathe in and out. And hold. Breathe in. Exhale back to center. Hold. Breathe in. Exhale to the other side. Arms down. Breathe. And then exhale brings you back. You can release the legs. Release the arms. You can either open them out wide or you might bring them onto your belly. Again, just sway the legs side to side here. All right, bring the legs back to center. Feet are roughly hip distance apart. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms facing down. Okay, so from here, you're going to walk the feet walk the feet in slightly so it's closer towards your buttocks. And we're going to, when you're ready, we're going to just do some pelvic tilts. So you're going to draw the pelvis or tilt the pelvis away from you. You're going to arch into the low back here. And then you're going to tilt the pelvis towards you. You're going to feel a squeeze in the belly. So again, away from you. You might inhale here. And as you exhale, tilt the pelvis towards you. Squeeze the belly. So a few more times. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to come back to neutral. You can hug the knees in. Give them a squeeze. If it feels good to rock back and forth, you might choose to do a couple of rocking up and back down. And eventually we're going to rock up to sit. And maybe you might hang out in your boat pose for just a moment. And then we're going to place the feet down. For those of you who didn't want to rock up, just make your way up onto hands and knees. So we're going to transition here. My mat is moving away from me. I'm going to adjust a little bit. Okay. So coming onto hands and knees here. We're going to do a few cows and cats. So as you inhale, we're going to open the chest, slide the shoulder blades down, arch the low back, and you might look up. Exhale, pull the belly in, round the spine, drop the head. Again, inhaling to cow. Exhaling cow. A few more at your own pace. Exhale. Last one here. Exhale. And coming to a neutral spine. So from here, we're going to stay in your tabletop position. So your shoulders are over the wrists, hips are over the knees. And we're going to start by drawing the right foot back, straighten out the right leg. Now the toes stay on the ground for now. We're going to gently hug the belly in, try to square the hips, and breathe. Now if you're pretty happy here, then we're going to start to float the back foot up off the ground. We're going to flex into the foot and press into the right heel. Hug the belly in, and we're going to draw the knee to the chest, or actually nose to the knee, and re-extend the leg. So again, draw the knee in, squeeze the belly round the spine, and then re-extend. One more time, draw the knee in, and back. Hold here. Now you can stay with that option. If you were feeling pretty stable, then we're going to reach the opposite arm out in front. Hug the belly in, breathe. When you're ready, you're going to draw elbow and knee together. And release. Again, in One more. Exhale. Inhale, hold. And then bring the hand and knee down. And if it feels good, you might sink your hips back. Reach the arms long, coming to your child's pose for just a moment here. If you have tight wrists, you might roll them out, or you might just simply flip the palms up to the sky. That helps to release the wrists. You might gently sway the hips side to side. Okay, when you're ready, bring the hands back down. We're coming back to your tabletop position. Hugging the belly in towards the spine, we're going to reach the left foot back. Start with toes down. We're going to square the hips first. Hug the belly in and find that grounding along the arms into the hands. And then, if you like, pick the back foot up. Press into that back heel. Hug the belly in and breathe. When you're ready, we're going to draw the knee to nose. Squeeze the belly and re-extend the leg. Again, draw the knee in and out. Exhale. Inhale. Hold here. Belly in. If you like, opposite arm will reach out in front. And exhale, knee and elbow. And then inhale, re-extend. Again, exhale. Inhale. One more. And hold. Breathe. Hand and knee down. Come back to a child's pose. Again, do whatever you need here. Maybe rolling the wrists. Maybe flipping the palms up to the sky. Maybe rocking the hips side to side. Take a breath. And then when you're ready, look towards your hands. Bring the palms back in. Hands are roughly shoulder width apart. And from here, we're going to shift forward to plank. So we're going to keep the knees down for now. So you're in low plank. Then lower all the way down. Belly on the ground. Hands can stay next to your rib cage, or you might bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press the tops of the feet down, legs are strong, belly strong. Inhale, peel the chest up off the ground. Gently roll the shoulders back and down, come to baby cobra. The back is working. Exhale, lower down. Hands inside the rib cage, press back onto hands and knees, tuck the toes, and we're going to find downward facing dog. Take a breath. And then from here, we're going to lower the knees back down and child's pose. One breath here. And then look to your hands. Inhale, shifting forward to plank. You can stay in low plank, or you might come to full plank, and we're going to lower down. Come all the way down. Inhale, coming up to baby cobra first. And then, if it feels right, start to press into your hands and come to cobra. Exhale, lower back down. If you like, press back onto hands and knees, and again, back to downward facing dog. And one breath here. Again, lower the knees to the ground. Exhale, child's pose. Breathe. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Either on your knees or on your toes. Chaturanga down. Inhale, find your cobra pose. Keep the shoulders down. And then coming back to either your full plank or plank on the knees. And then back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Look to your hands, start to walk the feet up, coming to your forward bend. Knees can be bent here. Relax the head, the neck, breathe. And as you inhale, we're going to come halfway up. Fingertips might be on the ground. Maybe if you have your blocks, you can bring your blocks underneath your hands. If not, you might bring your hands either on your shins or maybe on your thighs, depending on how much space you would like here. Exhale, lower back down. Now if it feels good, you might grab opposite elbows and hang out here in ragdoll. Letting the head and the neck go. You might gently shift the weight back and forth into the heels and into the toes. Or you might ground down evenly into the feet and just gently sway the body side to side. And slowly coming back to center, you can release the hands down. We're going to bend the knees, hug the belly in. Now can you imagine stacking from the bottom of the spine, stacking one vertebra on top of the other as you slowly roll on up, keeping the core engaged, keeping the knees bent for now. As you come all the way up, reach the arms up, legs can lengthen, hands to your heart, exhale. Take a breath here. All right. Now from here, I'm going to remain at the front of your mat or the top of your mat, coming to your mountain pose. So ground down into the points of the feet. So we're grounding down into the center of your heels, pinky toe mounts, and your big toe mounts. Ground them down evenly and see if you can draw the inner and outer arches of the feet up. Ground from the tops of the legs down into the points of the feet and into the earth. As you inhale, we're going to reach the arms up overhead, interlace the fingers except the index fingers, and as you exhale, side body to your right, round the left foot down. Inhale back to center, and exhale to the other side, this time grounding a little more into the right foot. And come back to center, hands to your heart. From here, again, finding those points of the feet, ground them down. Now we're going to start to shift the weight into the left foot. Don't lock into the left knee. Start to pick the right heel up off the ground. You might stay here, or you might start to hover that foot off the ground. Know that you can always touch the foot back down whenever you need. But otherwise, if you're feeling good here, you're going to continue to bend into the knee and draw the leg up closer to you. Hug the belly in as you lengthen along the spine. Notice if you can get the shoulders to relax a little bit here. Notice your breath. Right, from here, we're going to start to bring the leg back behind us. Again, option to keep the toes to the ground, or you might hover that foot. If you're feeling good here, you're going to start to hinge forward at the hips and come as far or as little as you like here. Any version or any angle here is perfectly fine. Press into the back heel. And then from here, see if you can bend into the standing leg. And reach that back leg as far as you can behind you. And then gently place the foot down and come up into a high lunge. If you need to adjust your stance, please do. You'll often find more stability if you widen the stance or shorten the stance. So make any adjustments as you need. Once you're ready, we're not staying too long here. We're going to spin the back heel down, and you might even walk the back foot just slightly behind, coming to a warrior two pose. Again, we're going to find grounding into the points of the feet. Ground down from the top to the legs, into the feet, and into the earth. All right. Now from here, we're going to reach the arms up and lengthen the arms and legs. And as you exhale, we're going to circle the arms down, bend into the front knee. And we're going to reach down as you're trying to pick up something. And then coming back up, lengthen arms and legs. So exhale, lowering down, sweep the fingertips to the ground, maybe not, just come as far as it feels right. And then exhale, lower. Now notice if you can ground down evenly into all those points of the feet as you make this transition. One more time, exhale. Inhale. All right, bend into the front knee, coming to warrior two. Breathe, lengthen along the spine, hug the belly in, and ground those legs. All right, from here we're gonna bring your hands onto your hips. You're going to turn both feet to face the same direction, and you're going to draw the heels in, feet or toes are slightly turned out. So coming to temple pose. Now we're going to start to bend into the knees, lengthen along the spine. You can stay right here, or you might bring your hands to your heart. And breathe. Now, as you are here, again, find those points of the feet and see if you can bring equal weight into them. You might lower down a little bit more. You might even begin to pulse here. So lowering and releasing. Noticing how your breath is changing, how your body is speaking to you in this pose. Where are you feeling sensations here? Sink lower, hold, breathe, and then start to lengthen the legs. Hands onto your hips. We're going to walk the heels out again, so now feet are parallel. We're going to bend into the knees and start to hinge forward at the hips. From here, you can release the hands down. So maybe the hands are coming to the ground, or maybe hands are on your blocks. And if you don't have blocks, bend the knees as much as you need to get to the ground. Okay, from here, lengthen along the spine. Start to hinge at the hips. Come as far as you can. And then stop at your edge and hold here. And then allow the spine to relax the rest of the way. Deep breaths. If your hands are on the ground, you might reach the hands back behind you through your legs. Maybe drawing the crown of the head towards the earth. Deep breaths here. And then start to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Lengthen the spine again. From here, we're going to turn both feet back towards the front of your mat and walk your hands to the front. Now you're in your lunge. Now here, you might like to grab two blocks and place them beside you to frame your front foot. Open the chest. See if you can look forward here. If you want, you can always adjust your blocks and bring them up a little bit higher. Unfortunately, if you don't have your blocks here, you're going to try to find the best way to get comfortable, or you might come all the way up if it's very uncomfortable to be on the ground. You might take this pose instead. Okay, now from here, we're going to lower the back knee down. You can untuck the back toes, and from here we're going to reach the hips back to lengthen the front leg and sink back in. Now, option to bring the block slightly back behind you. You can lengthen the leg and coming back in. So a couple more. If you are all the way up here, you can play with lengthening the leg and sinking back in. Okay? All right, finishing your last one. And then coming back to your lunge, we're going to remove the blocks, bring your hands to the ground and step back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Option to lower the knees. We're going to chaturanga. Inhale. Option to come to your upward facing dog, or you might stay here with me in cobra pose. And then finding your way back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Look towards your hands, start to walk or hop the feet up, coming to your forward bend. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen the spine, and exhale, lower back down. Bend into the knees, look forward, sweep the arms forward, use those legs. Can you press up evenly into both your legs to come up? Hands to your heart, exhale. Take a breath here. When you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up, interlace the fingers, except the index fingers. Exhale, coming to your left side body bend. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, back to center. Bring your hands to your heart. Breathe. Again, finding that grounding into both your legs, finding the points of the feet. And then start to shift your weight into the right foot and pick up the left heel. Again, try not to lock into that standing leg. Keep a micro bend in that knee. Hug the belly in, lengthen the spine. Option to stay here, or you might pick that or hover that left foot up. And if it feels good, you might keep bending the knee and drawing the leg closer to you. Notice what areas of the body are tensing up here as you stay in this pose, and whether you're able to relax into those areas. Pay attention to your breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to lengthen the leg back behind us. Again, option to keep the toes down, or you might keep the foot lifted, maybe flexing the foot and pressing through the heel. Keep the core strong. If it feels good, you might start to hinge at the hips, coming as little or as far as you like. You might eventually have the back of the leg and the torso parallel to the ground. But that's not the goal here. Just work with your body and what feels right today. Noticing your breath here. Can we bend into the standing leg? Reach that back leg back, and then gently lower the foot, coming to your high lunge. Again, make any adjustments you need to feel stable and steady here. Take one breath, and then we're going to start to spin the back heel down, and you might need to adjust your stance a little bit here, coming to warrior two. Front knee ideally is either straight on top of the ankle or maybe slightly back, okay? But make any other tiny adjustments as you need to be comfortable here. Ground those legs, find those points of the feet, especially the back foot. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up, lengthen the legs, and exhale, circle the arms down. Come back to warrior two legs as you dive down and maybe sweep the fingertips to the ground. Inhale, back up, and exhale, lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Notice how much work you can assign to the legs as you move through this cycle here. Feel the groundedness and steadiness as you move. And then notice the movement of your breath here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Let's do one more. Exhale. Inhale. And coming back to warrior two. From here, bring your hands onto your hips. You're going to turn both feet to face the same direction. And you're going to draw the heels slightly inward. I'm just going to turn around to face you so you can see what I'm doing. We're coming back to temple pose. So heels are slightly in, toes are slightly out. Lengthen along the spine. Right. Now from here, you can stay here, or you might bring your hands onto your legs. You might gently press into the legs as you lengthen along the spine. Breathe. Option to stay here, or you're going to inhale, lengthen along the spine, and as you exhale, you're going to turn to your right, and as you do so, your left hand is going to gently press into that leg to keep the knee open. And sink a little lower. Inhale, coming back to center. exhale the same side. So as you turn to your left, your right hand gently guides the right knee away. Keep the legs open and come back to center. Inhale. So exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Stay here. From here, hands to your heart. You might come a little lower. Breathe. And then inhale, lengthen the legs. Turn the feet to face the long side of the mat. Feet are parallel. Hands on your hips. Soften the knees. Hinging at the hips, exhale, so coming down. Hands either on your blocks or on the floor. Again, knees can be as bent as they need to be. Lengthen along the spine, and if you can keep the spine long, you can continue to hinge at the hips until you find that edge of the stretch when you can't go no further without changing your spine. Then stay here. And then as you exhale, now allow the spine to relax and release. Drop the head and the neck. Breathe. Now if it feels good, you can stay right here. Or you might start to walk your hands towards one foot. It doesn't matter which one. You might hang out here. Take a breath. And then start to walk the hands towards the other foot. Again, give yourself a moment here. Relax the spine. Breathe. And then slow. Excuse me. All right. Okay. Gosh, I choked on something. So we're gonna just give me a moment. Okay, sorry about that. We're gonna slowly come back and turn both feet forward and turn that, walk the hands to the front of your mat, coming to your lunge. All right, now from here, you might grab your blocks. Open the chest, lengthen the spine, breathe. So again, we're going to come into a bit of a flow here. So option to drop the back knee, and we're going to just send the hips back, lengthen the front leg, and coming back forward. So adjust your blocks as you need. You might even walk them slightly back. It might help you to come into this position as you lengthen the front leg and back. And again, if you don't have blocks, you can stay in your high lunge and stay here. Finishing your last round, wherever or whichever option you're taking. Alrighty. And then from here, remove your blocks, hands to the ground, and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Chaturanga down. Inhale, coming to either your cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look towards your hands, either walk or hop the feet up, coming to your forward bend. Come halfway up as you lengthen the spine, and exhale, lower down. Bend the knees, look forward, sweep the arms forward. Again, use those legs and press all the way up to stand. Hands to your heart, exhale, take a breath. All right, so from here, we're going to do a balancing sequence before we cool down. So when you're ready, find your mountain pose, grounding down into both your legs. Find those points of the feet. Bring your hands to your heart and breathe. Now from here, actually I'm going to step here so I can face you a little better. From here, you're going to start to pick your right foot up off the ground. And again, you might stay here, or you might bring that foot towards the ankle. We are coming to tree, so you can slowly make your way there if you know what you're doing. Otherwise, you might bring that foot to the calf and just notice if you're steady here. And if you are, and if you like to come up a little bit more, you might bring that foot to the inner thigh. Now we don't want to press the foot against the knee, so it's either on your calf or your inner thigh. Nothing in between. Hands to your heart. Ground down into the standing leg. Try to keep a micro bend into that standing leg. Belly in and lifting up. Breathe. Can you press your right foot into the inner thigh and the standing leg back into the foot as though you're just trying to draw everything in? And if you like, you might release the arms and reach the arms up overhead. So here, a focus point is going to help you. So find a spot either on the ground or straight ahead. Try not to look around too much. If you're pretty good here, you might even wave those branches of the tree side to side. Notice how that changes your balance. Coming back to center, can we gently peel that right foot off the standing leg and send it out to the side as you reach the arms out. Lift that right leg high as you can, coming to tilting star. Breathe. And then draw the arms back to center, hands to your heart. Maybe you can keep the right leg up just a moment longer. Knee to your chest. Deep breaths here. And then now from here, we're going to send that leg back behind us. Welcome to touch the toes to the ground, or you might stay just a breath here in your modified warrior 3. Then into the standing knee and gently lower the back foot down. From here, we're coming to pyramid. So you're going to bring your hands down onto your blocks if you have some. Otherwise, if you have a wall close by, you can also use the wall and bring your hands against the wall. Otherwise, fingertips on the floor works well too. So we're going to lengthen the front leg. Lengthen into your spine. Relax the shoulders. And as you exhale, you might imagine drawing your belly closer towards your thigh. Deep breaths here, and then you might come a little deeper. And then you might allow the spine to round. You might adjust your blocks as you begin to relax into the pose. Drawing the left hip back and right hip forward. Breathe. And then inhale, coming halfway up. Bend into the front knee and step the back foot up. Exhale, lower, forward bend. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, lower down. Bend the knees, look forward, sweep the arms up, come to stand. Hands to your heart, exhale. Breathe. All right, other side. So when you're ready, finding your mountain pose again. Ground down. Now shifting the weight into your right leg and pick the left heel up. Option to stay here, or you might draw the heel, the left foot to the ankle. Maybe onto the right calf. Or maybe bring the leg all the way into the inner thigh. But again, nothing against the knee. Find your balance here. Notice if you can still ground down into those the points of the standing foot. Lengthen along the spine, relax into the shoulders as best as you can. Gently feel that energy drawing in. Foot is pressing into the leg, leg is pressing back into the foot. Notice your breath. Maybe your arms will reach up. Again, finding that drishti, that focus point, it might be helpful here. Maybe waving the branches of the tree. And coming back to center. Peeling that left foot off the standing leg, reaching the leg out to the side, and arms are reaching away. Reach those fingers and the toes. Breathe here, tilting star. And then drawing the arms back to center, drawing the leg back to center. We might hang out for just a breath. And then when you're ready, sending the leg back, maybe touching the toes to the ground, maybe coming to your version of Warrior 3. Pressing into the back heel, lengthen along the spine, and then maybe bending into the standing leg, and then gently lower the back foot down, coming to your lunge. Again, find your blocks. We're going to come to pyramid pose. And start to lengthen the leg, front leg. Coming to a setting of the blocks, that's going to give you nice opening across the chest and length along the spine. And the front leg can be slightly bent too. It's okay. And then as you breathe here, with each exhale, you might be able to relax and release any tension that might be holding you back. And as you settle in, you might begin to notice that maybe you can come a little deeper. Once you have found your edge of the pose, you might start to relax the spine, relax the head, gently drawing the right hip back and left hip forward. And slowly lengthening along the spine, bending to the front knee, step the back foot up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. And exhale, lower back down. Now this time we're going to bend into the knees and slowly lower all the way down. So find your best way down. Come to a seated position. And then slowly come all the way onto your back. I'm going to start by hugging the knees in and gently rocking side to side. We're going to circle the knees going one way and the other. You're going to place the feet down to the ground, roughly hip distance apart. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms facing down. You're going to ground down into the legs. You're going to start to press into the legs and draw the hips up, coming to a gentle bridge. And then exhale, slowly rolling back down. So again, slowly pressing up as you inhale. And exhale, lower. Again, inhale up. Exhale, lower. Now this next one, if it feels good for you to hold a little bit longer, or if you know your wheel pose, only if you're experienced and you know what you're doing, you slowly make your way up. If you're staying in your bridge pose, you might gently roll the shoulders under and interlace the fingers and keep pressing the arms into the ground, pressing the legs and feet down as you draw the hips and the chest up. Deep breaths here. Gently squeezing the inner thighs. And slowly unroll the shoulders and lower back down. You might walk the feet out to the edges of your mat and gently sway the legs side to side. And then walking the feet back to center, open the arms out to the side. Draw the knees in, and as you exhale, drop the knees over to the right, and you might look over to your left. Couple of breaths here. And then whenever you're ready, slowly draw the legs back to center and exhale to the other side. And again, you might look away from your knees. Allowing the shoulder blades to melt down towards the ground. And allow the breath to flow. And slowly come on back to center. If you like, give yourself one last squeeze. And then begin to relax, coming to your Shavasana. So give yourself a moment to set up in your Shavasana, taking as much time as you need to get comfortable. Again, your eyes might be open or closed. And allow the body to remain calm and still. And bring attention to the sensation of your body breathing. And just noting, just feeling, without going into thinking. Notice your body breathing, the sensation and feeling of each inhalation and exhalation as it comes and goes. As your body inhales, note your belly, midsection, and chest expanding, while feeling yourself settling, relaxing, and letting go. As your body exhales, note your chest, midsection, and belly releasing, while feeling yourself settling, relaxing, and letting go. And if your mind wanders, gently and non-judgmentally bring it back to noting the gentle expanding and releasing of your whole body with each inhalation and exhalation. Notice sensations as your body breathes in and out. Sensations of expanding and releasing with each breath. Welcome and nourish the feeling of your inner resource of well-being as you continue to note your breath coming in and going out. Every cell in your body welcoming the feeling of well-being with each breath. Continue noting, welcoming, and experiencing your body breathing. The sensation of your body expanding and releasing with each breath. Notice your entire body and mind relaxing with each breath. Feeling at ease, peaceful, grounded. Allow each breath to invite in your inner resource of well-being, peace, and ease. And remain here as long as you need to feel comfortable, at ease with each breath. And whenever you're ready, gently bring some movements back into your body, wriggling your fingers and your toes, and rolling over to your favorite side, and using your hands to help you up. Coming to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed. And as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, circle the arms back down. And again, inhale, reach the arms up, bring your hands together. And as you exhale, draw the thumbs to your forehead for positive thoughts. Thumbs to your lips for kind words. And thumbs to your heart for inner peace and happiness. And gently open your eyes. Namaste. Thanks for joining me, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.